Hi, I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour. We've been having a three-part series called Making the Mind-Body-Spirit Connection for Caregivers, and it's been phenomenal, very well received. We've been talking about the mind, how it is the vehicle. We've been talking about the body, how it's an instrument, and we've been talking about the spirit, how it's the engine, and how all that together helps caregivers remain balanced and centered and have clarity. Because we know during these challenging times, part of your life, you need to be able to have resources and tools to help you create that balance and feel connected to who you are and not lose yourself. Because if you remain connected to yourself, you will be a wonderful caregiver, and you'll be taking care of your person that you love and also be taking care of yourself, which is so important. So I'm really thrilled to have Ann Fuller, who is an RN and also who is now on a path to becoming a holistic nurse. So Ann, why don't we talk a little about what we talked about on the show. As a registered nurse, just very briefly, can you give some caregivers tips on what maybe to look when they want some of that connection from their nurse when they're in the hospital or a doctor's office or even at a nursing home?
Absolutely. Some of the things that we were talking about on the show was connecting with yourself, and one of the things that happens is that we lose circulation in the front of the brain when we're stressed. So I'm just going to show you an exercise that will help bring that in, and you connect it with your breathing. You're going to put one hand across the forehead.
I'm going to do it with you.
Please do.
Yes.
And one hand across the back.
Okay.
And you're just going to take 2 or 3 nice deep breaths in.
I'm sure we look funny, but let's do it anyway.
Just let the tension drain out your feet.
Again.
Nice big deep belly breaths. And one more. And I just take one hand down at a time, and this allows you to reconnect with yourself. The blood comes back to the forebrain, and you're able to go ahead about with your day. Helps relieve the stress.
Thank you so much. And that could be for a family caregiver or a professional caregiver.
Absolutely.
So it could be for a nurse who's now going to be seeing a patient at the hospital, going into the next patient, and how do I prepare myself to be present?
And I do that.
That's wonderful. That's what we want to hear. But we're also talking about caregivers that can do that before they enter the house of seeing their family members this holiday season.
Absolutely. And help the family member also. And even if the family member is in a situation where they really can't lift their hands,
right,
then, do you mind?
No.
You can go ahead and do the same thing, and you don't even have to touch the head, just close.
Why don't you give your contact information, because someone is watching this video and wants to be in touch with you to know more about holistic nursing.
Okay. AF892 at tampabay.rr.com, or at Facebook. You can go on AHNA Tampa Bay Network.
If you would like to hear the show again, or you missed some of the show, we encourage you to listen on our podcast. You just go to thecaregiverhour.com under the show archives, and you can download the podcast right there. We want you to tune in because we've got some wonderful shows coming up for 2011, and it's every Monday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon on 1250 a.m. WHNZ.